What's going on, y'all? Fabian speaks, and we are back with another video, man. This one is an interesting topic, and I definitely decided to make a video on this one because I think a lot of guys still think like this, still operate like this. But even though we're living in a day and age where a lot of dudes is already naturally waking up, so shout out to y'all, man. We ain't gonna call this none of that pill kind of talk. This is just real life, real man talk, man. And I think a lot of guys end up learning this the hard way, right? Be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Let me know y'all's thoughts on the video, man. Much love to everybody who engages with the channel. With that being said, man, warning, do not do this when you start dating a new girl, man. You're gonna end up losing the one, or good one. How about that, man? Because I don't really believe in the one, you know what I mean? I think that there's a lot of beautiful, capable potential out there. I think God has a lot of different individuals that could potentially be a good suitor for you. Let's put it that way, right? I don't think in soulmates and all that one stuff. I don't believe in it. But a lot of guys, I guess, get the wrong doctrine when it comes to how to court a woman. Maybe court is not the right word, but how to maintain a relationship with the woman, or have the friendly banter back and forth, especially when it's early on in the relationship, man. I think a lot of guys are brainwashed by societal norms, and I think feminist propaganda, to where people talk about, you gotta get the bouquet of flowers, you gotta court a woman, you gotta, wish her a good morning every morning, you gotta, open the door for her. And I'm not saying don't be chivalrous, man. What I'm saying is nice guys definitely finish last. Like, people want to turn a blind eye, but that's a whole saying for a reason. Think about it. Like, nobody respects the guy who's super overly nice and no one's done anything to earn it, or it's not validated, right? Because for some odd reason in today's day and age, some women, not all, will take it as a sign of weirdness. Like, you're odd. Like, why are you being this nice to me? Like, what are your true intentions? You can't just be a gentleman willy-nilly. Naturally, you got to make some women earn it. And I would say make a lot of women earn it, right? Because for some reason, there's something in the hindbrain that just respects masculinity, dominance, and not being a pushover. We live in an odd world today to where they try to counteract that and say, masculinity is toxic. You got to be X, Y, and Z. But why do women tend to pick the bad boy? Why does that dude, he may not have anything in his life together, but he's risque. He's a thrill seeker. He may have, a sharp look. He may just have a certain type of aura to him that's just a mystery, and a woman can't put her finger on it. And I think that word in its own, mystery, speaks volumes, right? When you're not able to be read like a book, people can't solve you like a crossword puzzle, then that, allows for the mind to race a little bit more, allows for the mind to think a little bit more. And I'm making this video because we got a lot of guys who's growing up in this feminist era, or just super overly feminized. They're not willing to be men, right? And I think that that's a huge problem, because we see women become more masculine than ever, right? Because they're having to make up for the fact that men don't have backbone nowadays. You can't blame women for this. Some men are just, I think the deterioration of the nuclear family plays a big role, which I think feminism plays a slight part in that. But the fact that fathers aren't in the homes, we're experiencing or seeing some of the highest divorce rates. Children are being born at a lower rate than ever before. Like, people are reporting the highest numbers or the highest counts of singleness. Like, think about that. Relationships and actually having something that has some like solidarity behind it isn't lasting nowadays. So we're having kids grow up in broken homes. We're having boys being raised by women, and that don't work out. I holistically believe that doesn't work. I don't think a woman can raise a man. That's why you see in a lot of cases to where the mom will send the son away to live with their dad, because they need those years. They need that tenure from a male perspective in order, during a boy's like development stage. We got a lot of guys who just think that being the nice guy is going to actually get you some sort of return. And I'll tell you right now, it's not. Like, it's a weird type of thing, right? Because when it comes to dating, they say you got to play the game. And it's like, what are we, kids? We're grown adults, man. Why can't we just have conversations? If I'm feeling you, I'm feeling you. If it's not, it's not. And being completely transparent and honest. But I don't think either or party can be honest. I don't think men can be honest with women because they can't handle the truth. And then you got to always be thinking about whether you're going to hurt her feelings. And I think women naturally beat around the bush and they aren't straight up and straightforward. They are probably some of the biggest game players ever. You know what I'm saying? So with that, people play this game and you don't really get some truth and honesty. You don't really get to see in real time your reflection in the mirror and what you can improve on. In some cases, right? So, but not to derail the conversation, right? I think men naturally have to have a type of perception of, making women earn some things. And in the grand scheme, that's going to sound bad. Oh my God, you got to make a woman earn something? It's like, yeah, it's true, because I think privilege is invisible to those that have it. And I think naturally people don't respect things that are given to them willy-nilly. If you're constantly bombarding a woman with lovey-doveys and you so beautiful and I got you flowers, I think that kind of gives them a distaste to where they're just kind of like, hold up, bro. Whereas if you make them earn it, and especially if you're a charming, charismatic guy, which aren't easy things to come by the way, right? Bottom line is men have to have their stuff together. But if you respond in this way, I think her attraction for you goes up tenfold. And it's been proven, man, it's been proven. I always say, do not listen to women when they give you their perspective on how you should operate in this realm of dating. Because people, you can shoot down the analogy, but fishermen don't ask fish how to fish. The lion doesn't ask the gazelle how to hunt. You know what I mean? Men have to naturally understand women to a certain extent because we hunt. We have to understand the prey. What time the prey wakes up, when it goes to sleep, where does it usually bath, where does it usually eat or feed or drink, because you gotta know when to attack. We naturally have to make women feel comfortable. We have to be charismatic. We have to be charming. We have to plan. We have to be leaders. These things arouse women. These things make them attracted to you. So if you're not in this space and you're just thinking, oh, I got her flowers today, she's gonna like me. No, that's not it, man. Women will like these sentimental gifts or these sentimental notions from a man that they know has everything I named on the other hand in order, or is able to be capable in those other dynamics, man. So I warn y'all, sometimes the reason I titled this video that it's the one that got away, man, I can't tell you so many good women in my life that, I'm not gonna say so many, let me pause, let me hold up, but there's good girls that I've dated to where I just didn't know how to handle the dynamic and I just scared them away. And that's potential that you could have lost. We don't have the capability to live in this Looney Tune kind of world. Well, if it's meant for me, it's meant for me. That's the fantasy land women tend to live in, right? But as men, we kind of understand at times when we lost good women or we lost good potential, attractive women, right? And it's all based on how you maintain your stoicism and your masculinity and know how to court a woman and know how to treat her, but honestly know how to handle and control yourself. A lot of guys are so quick to give out gifts because they think that's going to get them laid quicker. They think that's going to get them a relationship. But nah, in today's climate, in today's day and age, you have to be more sharp, more privy than ever before when it comes to these kind of things, because it is a game. No matter how much you want life to be real and no matter how much you wish that it wasn't this way, this is the reality. It's the cold-hearted truth. So honestly, I think the first step as men is to actually have your stuff in order, whether it's finances, be physically fit, know how to hold a conversation, know how to plan, be a leader, know how to take control, remain stoic, you know what I mean? And these type of things are the foundation. And then once you've built up attraction, and then when she finds interest in you, y'all have some similarities, and then you can shower her with things, the gifts. Because at that point, I think that she's may have earned it, right? Because she stuck around. Maybe she sees the value in you as well. And she's reciprocal, right? She's not just waiting for you to take her on dates and do everything for you. So y'all got to think about it in this dynamic, man. I still can't believe that there's so many simpletons, so many Simpsons, so many simps out here, bro, that are literally head over heels for women. And then they look at their track record and they're still scratching their head, wondering why it never worked out. That's what I'm saying. You got to have the balance and the best of both worlds, because there's very attractive guys, or guys that are attractive to women from a physical standpoint, but they can't hold a conversation. They don't know how to be in their masculine. They just act like goofballs or clowns. They're awkward, they're weird. And then you got it on the flip side to where it's guys who don't have anything going for them personally, but have all the other boxes checked. Where it's like, you won't even get a foot in the door if you don't have the prerequisites, bro. So comment down below. Let me know y'all's thoughts on this. Peace, love, prosperity, man. God bless. We'll see you on the next video.